Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation today is Gaudi Purbi Mahalla Chauta. Karo Kirpa Jagjivan Datey, Mera Man Har Seti Rache. Satgur Bachan Diyo At Nirmal, जप हर 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 मन माचे। राम मेरा मन तन भेद लियो हर साचे। जह काल कै मुख जगत सब करस्या, गुर सतगुर कै बचन हर हम बाचे। रहाओ जिनको प्रीत नहीं हर सेती, ते साकत मूड़ नर काचे। तिनको जन्म मरण अत भारी, विच विसटा मर मर पाचे। तुम दयाल शरण प्रतिपालक, मोको दीजे दान हर हम जाचे। हर के दास दास हम कीजै, मन निर्त करे कर नाचे। आपे सह वडे प्रभ स्वामी, हम वणजारे हैं ताचे। मेरा मन तन जियो रास सब तेरी, जन नानक के साहो प्रभ साचे। In this Sabad, the Guru is speaking to that state of mind that comes about as a result of following the teachings of the Guru. So in the very first verse, he says, Karahu Kirpa Jagjivan Datey. It's an appeal. Show mercy, O giver of life, so that my mind finds fulfillment in the Har Self. Mera man har seti rache. So the true enlightener, the Satgur, uttered the pristine wisdom of Har. Satgur Bachan Diyo At Nirmal. So the Satgur gave, Bachan Diyo, uttered, spoke the word. Here a reference to Gurbani. So the Satgur uttered the word, Satgur Bachan Diyo, and it is pristine because it is coming from that source. It's revealed. As we will see, Gurbani is the pristine utterance that is received by us. So in this context, the Satgur is the one who records the primal word as Gurbani, so that the devotees, the Sikhs in this case, can recite, absorb, and internalize that word. So Gurbani, as it is enshrined in the Guru Granth Sahib, is a divinely revealed corpus of teachings. And it is identified with the eternal Sabad, or word, and Naam, literally name. Both Sabad and Naam are overlapping concepts in Gurbani, and both participate in the reality of the Creator. Those are the means for us with which to know the Creator, the Sabad, the Naam. Guru Granth Sahib, as we know, was referred to by Guru Arjan as Pothi Parmesar Ka Thaun, the abode of that one, Parmesar, the one who is beyond. So that is to say, the Sabad or the Naam of this Parmesar personifies it. And it is hypostatized as Hukam, which serves as the architect or the controller of creation. So we have these agencies of that Parmesar that act in order to carry out the will. So when we recite the text and hear it with our ears, we are actually manifesting the eternal Sabad through human utterances. And it is through human utterances that we are providing the foundation for the process of human discourse. Because we as humans have to begin with the ears. And then from there, move to the inner ear or the inner attentive ear or the inner organ, and finally transcend it. So recitation represents the manifest expression. That is why the Guru has used the word jap and har 3 times. Jap, har manamache. Word, thought, deed. And in the Rahautok, the Guru says, Ram mera man tan bed liyo har sache. Bed liyo. That utterance, that speech that comes out of the Guru's mouth is like an arrow that pierces the heart. And it has an effect on the heart and the mind. What is the effect? Jeh kaal ke mukh jagat sab krasya. The method and utterance of the Satguru has freed me from the limitation of time and death, which are imposed on the rest of the world. Jeh kaal ke mukh jagat sab krasya. Gur Satguru ke bachan har hum bache. I got saved. In other words, I broke through the limitations of time. Kal denotes time. It denotes the color black. It also denotes death, or the agent of death, yama, yam, jam, in this case. So it implies limitations to our corporeal existence, and that is our existential fear, the fear of death. So the Guru is saying, I have escaped that fear of death. Because what happens is, how do you escape the fear of death? Because you're still going to die. What happens is you see through the illusion of death. You realize that there is nothing that is born nor anything that dies. It is an illusion. Think about it for a moment. Because when we say the person has died, what do we really mean? Because the material self, the body, actually simply disintegrates. This, at the cellular level, it just changes shape. It goes back to its constituent source. And the har in us, the divine essence in us, is eternal. So really speaking, what is dying? It is just something that our senses perceive to be that way. That is the illusion that the Guru says I get freed from through the utterance of the Satguru. And then, of course, he speaks about those who are doubters, who are cynics, or who have adopted other ideas other than Gurmat. Jinko preet nahi har seti, te sakat mood nar kache. Nar kache, they, he says, remain uninformed. Kache is immature. Jo pakya nahi, one that has not become mature. So you could consider that to be a state of being uninformed, of being immature, of being uninstructed, not having the right instruction. And what happens to those? Tinko janama maran attapari. They then labor under the delusion of birth and death, and it becomes a heavy burden, a load on their heads, Atapari, and then what do? Which vishta, mar pache. Pache is to burn. They burn in the poison of their own defiled thoughts. But if you are compassionate, tum dayal sarana pratapalak, compassionate and sheltering, a protector. Moko dije daan har ham jache. So I beg of you, the Guru is saying, to give us the gift of the Har Self, to give us self-knowledge. And how does that come about? Har ke das, das ham kije. Das ke das, the servant of the servant. So the servant of the Har here implies the Gur, the enlightener, the Satgur. So the tutelage of the Satgur is a necessary precondition. Once that is done, Har ke das das ham kije, then what happens? Man nirta kare. The mind dances, kar nache, and it dances with joy again. And it dances to your tune, he's saying. In other words, the mind harmonizes with hukum. And the Guru concludes by addressing the oneness as saying, you are the master, the great banker who holds the treasure of wisdom. Ape Shaha Vade Prabh Swami, and we are your traders. Hum vanjare hain tache. We are traders of Naam, of knowledge, so that we can find our way back home, so to speak. Mera man tan jio ras, my body, my mind, my heart. All of this capital, teri, is yours. In other words, we don't really own anything. We are traders who've been given capital, who've been given resources, and we are expected to act in the best interest of the universe and our own interest. Jan Nanak ke saha prabh sache. The great wisdom is Nanak's wealth. On that note, Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.